opening up to your expansion. And this concept comes from a friend of mine, Hannah Chapman, who is the founder of expansiveceo.com. She's actually one of the True Freedom partners. So we work together in that capacity. And she says she believes true prosperity is when you align your wealth with your heart. So one of her concepts is opening up to your expansion. Now, imagine you fill up your lighthouse, bright and shiny. All of a sudden, opportunities start coming. This is what happened to me. Tons of opportunities, like a flowing opportunities. So and this is something that's been coming up this week in conversation with friends, colleagues, family, like this is the topic of the week. So as I've been talking with different people, it felt like, okay, this is what I'm used to holding. And this is exactly what she works with her clients with. She works with rapidly scaling entrepreneurs where more money is flowing than ever before. And she helps them maintain all that growth and actually grow it with a sense of inner peace. So one of her core concepts is that when people come to her is that they're feeling like, whoa, they're holding as much as they can hold. But then there's other opportunities around them. Or there's circumstances that are making them reevaluate. Maybe it's their time or their money or whatever it is they're like, oh, I gotta change things up, or I gotta do something different. And so this concept has been kind of conversation, especially like say when we're focused on one thing. And I'm not going to tell you what's right or wrong. I'm just going to tell you, what's been the topic of the week, because there is the school of thought that you just like focus on, one thing and that's it. And you just focus it all the way through. And like, I do see that work with people. And I think that's great. There's also this different philosophy of opening up the expansion, which is like, hey, what if there was other opportunities at the door? What other money at the door? And yes, we don't want to be scattered, but what if we're holding it like this? And I'll actually just put it right there. What if it's comfortable to hold this, but there's, say, money over here that wants to go out the door? And just candidly speaking, this is what I really experienced, especially this week, is like on track with the software and how we're bringing that into nonprofits. And that's like very clear. And then all of a sudden, though, these people started showing up that want help productizing their genius. They want a systems partner. They want somebody to really be with them through the long term to handle all the systems and help them productize their genius. Take the inner benefits that they help their clients as well as the outer benefits, and then put it into simple marketing and sales. And so as I was comfortable holding, say, 3 clients in that way, more started showing up. And that's really been the topic of conversation of, oh man, do I just focus on what I had horse blinders on, or is there a way to open to the expansion? And as I've been finding out, 2 things is, number one, with the right team, the right team, then it, and me in this case, and I'm sharing this for you too, is like, how this connects with you is maybe you're used to holding something like this. And maybe there's opportunity around you but you're closing yourself off to it, like me, but maybe if we look at it from a different perspective and say, oh, well, what if there was different people, different team is one thing. Another one for me is like business model arrangement. What if there's a new way of doing this arrangement? For me, flat fees for agency services is something to never do again. And so what I found is that everybody is really likes this revenue share idea where we do a retainer plus revenue share, and that aligns the incentive. So everybody is focused on growing together. And so that's one other piece. And the third piece is, just how your gifts come through. Maybe your highest gift comes through in a certain specific way. So you just focusing on that, maybe you don't have to do all the other things. So I share these as an example, is that's, as I was, really talking with Hannah and others on this concept, it's like I felt like my hands were able to move out over here. And that's what's been happening last few days, is there's more that can be had here. And the people that wanted services, now they can come through, like the door's open. So this is the topic of the week, and that's what I'd love to hear in the chat, like how this resonates with you of, okay, we're used to holding this. And where's the opportunity around you? Where's the opportunity? Where are the people? And let's keep it about money for this week. So where's the money around you? Where's the people that showing up and they want what you have in some way, shape, or form? And maybe there's a new way that you can serve them. Maybe there's a new way that you can deliver your gifts. Maybe it's a slight tweak on an old way. And maybe that allows you to open your hands more to hold all of that, because that's her concept, is opening up to your expansion, is expanding your prosperity and your impact. And that takes opening up instead of just closing things off. So how does that relate and resonate with you of opportunities around you? And number two, is there maybe a new arrangement or a new arrangement? And I always like to keep an eye out for simplicity. Is there a way that it could be simplified? So let me know how that resonates with you in the chat and what comes up for you on that. With the topic of the week of opening up to your expansion. What opportunities are knocking at your door right now? And is there a way you can open up to it? And I think you know that I'm not speaking to this from a scattered perspective of just taking all these different opportunities, but it's like, hey, if you're aligned with your passion, your vision, and there's something that's pretty close, maybe there's a way just to open up the doors. If it's not completely in left field and it's pretty close, but it's not the, what you had in mind, maybe there is that way to open up. So let me know how that resonates with you. Let me know what comments come in. My Zoom comments aren't working. They haven't been working lately. Okay. And let's see here. Yeah, so Chris, you mentioned in the comments you had somebody else reach out to you. Okay, so this is perfect. This is perfect. It's an opportunity that we wouldn't expect, that we wouldn't consider, and then here it's here. And I know for myself, I've spent times where I had to hustle and grind for every little shred of opportunity to make things happen. And I feel like, you listening, I'm sure you felt that as well. So this is kind of flipping the script. It's just like, oh, well, what if there's awesome opportunities just around you right now, around us? And we just got to take the horse blinders off just a little bit. We're still in the lane of our mission or passion. It's not like we're going out left field, but we're just like, instead of here, we're just like here. Something to consider. And again, I feel like I got to bring this caveat is I do feel like there is great power and focus. So maybe, and that's the thing I've been wondering for myself, is like, I totally get that philosophy, you just focus on one thing and that's it. But maybe that's the thing. If you're connected to your passion, your vision, you have something, and there's something that's pretty close to it, but not it, maybe that's the key. And seeing how you can open to it. We're not going into left field. We're not doing a 180. Just looking around of what's close by. So in the subconscious release, in the flow state experience, we're going to release any tension, resistance on opening up to our expansion. And why this is important is because we can have resistance on opening to the expansion. For me, my resistance was like, I don't want to run an agency. I've done that before. I got the SEO one to work. The first one was, where I've a ton of pain from, and I still feel shell-shocked from that. So I had to address that and be like, okay, well, what if there's a new way I can set this up? And I do have some ideas on that, where it's aligning the incentives, so I don't have to manage people, instead I guide people. And so that's what we'll do, is maybe there's past pains or past hurts that have closed you off to this, or there's resistance, and we can release that so we can find the aligned way to open up to the expansion. Or there's perhaps fears of stepping out into that. Fears, yeah. Okay. Maybe there's fears of being able to hold it all. Maybe there's fears of having that next layer of team members around us. Maybe it's fear of perceived responsibility. Maybe it's fear of your time going away. Maybe it's fear of more expenses adding up. All these things, I feel like are valid. So we'll go ahead and do the release on that so that we can see clearly, can feel what's going on clearly, we can move clearly, and then we can produce value clearly. And since this is a money topic, we can actually, of course, collect clearly.